Today, we are going to discuss three important things. One, the number of sales in Parkland. Two, the time on market. And three, what it means to you as a seller and what you can do to get buyers in the front door and putting in multiple offers on your properties. That's right. Putting in multiple offers on your properties. Get ready to dive deep into the third quarter numbers. They're officially out. And can you believe it? We've gone through 3 quarters already. This year's flown by, and we have fourth quarter here now, fastly approaching, and holiday season is upon us. So if you learn anything throughout the videos, all I ask you to do is subscribe to our channel. And if you really like the video, hit the like button. If you'd like to get in touch with me, there's 3 ways to do so in the description. I love to be a part of your real estate journey. If you're selling, buying, if you need to rent, or if you're an investor, we'd love to earn your business and trust. This week, we're going to discuss the year-to-date sales as well as the quarterly sales. Just past Q3, we got one more quarter. Can you believe it? We are getting into the holiday season. Got a lot of great events coming up, charity things, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah. It's all fast approaching. Sales, year-to-date sales. So it was announced that we had year-to-date sales, 391 sales. That's actually 10% down than year-to-date last year at 434. So average days on market, that's a big thing. We're seeing homes stay on the market longer. I'm telling clients the longer they stay on the market, even if you don't have to move out quickly, the longer a house stays on the market, the longer it will take to sell, and it will end up selling for less money. It's statistically proven. So right now, homes are on the market for an average of 49 days before they're going under contract. Just last year, year-to-date, it was 27 days. So we've seen a 45% increase in just time on market. So homes are taking, 50% almost longer to just go under contract. But good news, and we've seen this consistently with our weekly update, the prices have come up. Now, we've seen some weeks, we've seen sales go up, median sales price 4%. This year to date is $1,170,000. That's a 2% increase from last year at $1,150,000. And remember, interest rates were better last year. So we're seeing, despite interest rates, economic conditions, people still want to live in Parkland and they're willing to pay a premium to live here. They've always done that. But as of late, you would think that maybe things would change just with some factors of the economy as well as high interest rates. And we'll get into that more. We are seeing that factor of homes staying on the market longer. And I'm showing you that if homes stay on the market longer, you are netting less money. So look at 2%. I mean, if you look at 1.7, let's say that's the number. I mean, you're looking at over $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 that you're leaving on the table just because of time on market. And that could change, and that could grow even more, where homes will be selling at a further distance from the original list price. Because let's face it, some people still believe we're in yesterday's market. They don't have very good memory. So that's a big challenge that we are experiencing as these rates continue to go up. So quarterly numbers, the Q3, we had 151 sales. Days on market was 41 days, and our median sales price was $1.2 million. That list to sales price ratio, which is very current right now, is 96.2%. So that's very close to our year-to-date numbers that I just announced. So that's been very consistent. If we look back just last quarter, we had 155 sales, 51 days on market, and the median sales price was $50,000 less at 1.15. And then the list to sales price ratio was pretty on par, the same number. So these 2 quarters have been very, very, very similar. The only difference was, even in the third quarter, the days on market was even less. Going to Q1, in that market, it takes a while to get the real estate going in the beginning of the year. A lot of closings happen, towards, more of the third or fourth month of the year. We only had 85 sales in Q1, 70 days on market, and the median sales price was $1,170,000. And the list to sales price ratio then was at 95.8. So we have been seeing consistency in sales Time on market has definitely gone up. I mean, we've seen a huge change in time on market. And I want people to understand when you're listing a home today, you should be looking at pricing it right from day one. Because obviously, you know, opinions can be whatever they want. People can have them. And that's great. But numbers speak louder than words. And if it's taking 45% longer to sell a house and you're netting 2% to 4% in some situations we've seen, if you're able to get ahead of this and price a home correctly, the things that we're telling clients today is that we can't just sell your house. An agent today is just not going to be able to put the home on the market and sell it. If that's it, if it's all they're going to offer and tell you they're going to take some fancy pictures and put it up on the MLS and make, a magic happen, and it's going to go under contract. I mean, homes are sitting on the market for 65, 75 days overall in Parkland right now. We need to be selling what the buyer is asking for. And right now, the buyer for your house or the 100+ homes that are for sale right now in Parkland, those buyers are concerned with one thing only, and that is mortgage interest rates. Their payments. People don't buy houses, they buy payments. That's why people were seeing prices go up dramatically in 2020 to 2022, because they were able to pay the high price because they didn't care so much about the price. They cared about a low payment with low interest rates, low housing expenses, shelter costs. Now shelter is almost 60% of a buyer's income right now. So how are they living? So Parkland has been a very unique market. We've been able to elevate over a lot of other cities because of what it has to offer. But right now, if you're sitting there and you want to sell your house, right now, let's first talk that you're a great seller and what you should do. You should be working with an agent that's looking to get a buyer into that house. A lot of buyers want to buy it because remember, there's two types of buyers. Buyers who are going to buy no matter what. They got to move. They don't care. They need to get into a new house. They sold their house up north. They got their proceeds. They're putting a lot of money down. They are buying no matter what. And, there's still a lot of good buyers like that. But that pool of buyer has gone down. The second pool of buyer are people that come to open houses that I see over and over again. They want to buy, but something's keeping them on the fence, and that's interesting. So what can we do to get ahead of that? Well, the rates are being advertised even up to 8% right now. They're probably going to be in the 8% range. And that's like shock and awe. Oh, that's the worst thing in the world, because then people look at the 8% rate, they put the calculators together based on that, and they see what their mortgage payment, with taxes and insurance come out to be, and that puts them right back on the fence, right? Right now, lenders are offering ways to get around the high interest rates. Yes, you might need to buy down the rate. You might need a seller to help buy down the rate. And with rates going up, this is going to change, and sellers are going to have to be participants in this process in order to sell. So going back to the idea that things are selling at 2% to 4% less than the list price, I mean, that's tens of thousands of dollars. If you're able to still list your house for a high price, because we do have appraisals coming in that are still at high values, and we're going to have that for the next 6 months or so, maybe in 12 months. What we need to be doing is educating the buyer to get a payment from a 7% rate into the sixes. If they were advertising right now online and everywhere where you get your information on the news and economy and mortgage rates, if it said that rates were in the 6%, I wouldn't even have enough time to talk to you on this podcast right now. I'd be going to my house list to sell them, because people would be lining up to really buy them right now, because interest rates would be going down to a point or point and a half less. So there are ways of being able to get your mortgage payment down by buying down the rate, permanently buying down. In a 30-year fixed mortgage, you can be in the sixes right now. You can also be in the sixes if you get an ARM mortgage. They have 5-year ARMs, 7-year ARMs, 10-year ARMs. There's lots of programs out there. And let's be honest, the Fed is doing this artificially, raising rates to combat inflation. They will do the complete opposite when they feel that inflation is under control. They have announced that. So this is temporary. Look, everybody refinanced their property. 60+% of everybody you know and I know refinanced in 2020 to 2022. Everybody did, right? I mean, I think it's 99% of the country has an interest rate under 6%. So I understand why buyers, I wouldn't buy today with the rate being at 8% if I had to buy it at 8%. But being able to get ahead of this and being able to get yourself in a position to get in the 6% range for a 7-year loan versus, taking on even a 30-year loan in the 6% range. Understand mortgage rates die. Your mortgage dies probably every 8 to 10 years. And we understand that everybody refinanced in the last 2 years. Anybody who's bought a house maybe last year to this year and the year after, if rates go into the fives, people are going to refinance again. It's not going to be as much as people did during the 2020 and 2022 COVID time, but it's going to be impactful. So understand the advantage of buying today. If rates were in the 6% rates, and I'm talking to those people that didn't buy the last 2 years because they were outbid by cash buyers and people waiving contingencies, you can get all of those things without having to go through that problem, making the experience enjoyable this time around, and actually have an interest rate that you want, like, and need right now. So these are the factors I want you to consider when you're looking to purchase a property. I think getting educated and not being shocked and awed by what the rates you see on websites. There's ways. They've been doing these rates since the 1980s, and people have gotten around it and been able to use different mortgage programs to get these seller concessions, your buyer concessions, to get the rate down. It all depends on what your goal is and what you're comfortable spending per month. I mean, heck, a seller could give you a credit for you just to use it for any housing expense, homeowners dues, taxes, whatever you want to use it at. It comes down to what you're comfortable spending per month. Are you going to buy a house that's a certain price point? Maybe you have to adjust your budget, but you still can buy a house. And when people say inventory is low, it is low. Pre-pandemic numbers in Parkland was 180, 200 plus homes for sale. And now we're at 100, where last year we were averaging 40 to 60% less homes on the market than we are now. So if you're a seller, you got all this power to be a great seller. Just work with the buyer. Make it advantageous for them to want to buy your home and not the neighbor's house or another home that could be coming on the market on your street. And when you want to flip around and be a buyer, you're going to do the same thing with the seller on the house that you're looking to purchase, because you don't want that 8% rate. You want a 6%, 6.5% rate. Maybe you have to pay in the high sixes, and then you'll refinance when the loan gets a little bit more advantageous with rates come down. So these are factors I want you to think about. If you have any questions, these are the questions that you need to be asking the agents that you're going to be listing with, because they need to know this. Because as people walk into your house to look at it, if you're thinking about selling it, or as people are coming to open houses, or they're coming to your website, agent's website, to inquire about the property, I'm not as concerned, number one, on advertising your property. I need to advertise that they should want to buy today. And how are they going to buy? With low interest rates. So we can get you those rates with the help of our mortgage partners. Would love to be able to earn your business and trust. The mortgage market is going to keep evolving, and we're going to have a tough fourth quarter. So let's buckle up. We're ready for it. We're here to help you and educate. I think if buyers have that education, they'll make informed decisions. And we would love to be able to be those agents that give you that advice. As we're doing this every week, we're putting up more video marketing, educational value every single day here at Parrot Realty. And we do that to keep you on par with what's going on in the market. And we're going to continue to do that. So please share this video, and always reach out to us. We're here to earn your business and trust. Thank you so much for watching. Our real estate market's strong, and it will stay strong. We live in one of the best cities in the country right now, and we will be moving forward in the fourth quarter, and numbers I expect will be great in the fourth. So thank you so much for